Well, it's a big Saturday for the LSU Tigers as Mike Tyler, the tight end out of South Carolina, makes his announcement public as he commits to LSU. Hello, everyone. My name is Bryce Koon. In this instant reaction commitment podcast, we are going to take a look at who Mike Tyler is. What does he bring to the table in terms of his tape, and what could be next for this LSU offense and recruiting class in general? So lock it in, hit that subscribe button, and here we go. Mike Tyler, the three-star tight end out of the Hammond School in Columbia, South Carolina, right underneath the nose of the South Carolina Gamecocks, as LSU wins this battle over Duke and West Virginia to add their second tight end to the 2025 class. Tyler joins forces, or will join forces, with J.D. LaFleur. And at 6'4", 225, this is a guy who has some nice pass-catching ability. Has really been labeled as a flex, I would say. I mean, this is a guy who he's a flex tight end candidate that I think when Joe Sloan saw the tape, this is a guy they feel like they can move and be a matchup nightmare across the formation, whether you want him to put his hand in the ground or you want him to kind of slot into one of the inside receiver flex positions. But I think this is a really nice pickup, and I like this pickup. It's another addition. It gives Bryce Underwood another weapon in this 2025 class, and overall continues to strengthen a 2025 class that still sits in the top 5 per the 24/7 Sports rankings. Now let's get to the scouting report. We did say that Tyler is a guy who is 6'4", 225. He is the 3-star ranked per 24/7 Sports, the 36th best tight end in the country, the 12th best player in the state of South Carolina. He's a top 600 player in the country, still in that top 32 range on the tight ends, and he's still in the 24/7 Sports composite ranking, the 12th best player in the state of South Carolina. Gabe Brooks, 24/7 Sports scouting analyst, had the following to say after getting a look at him and seeing some of the tape this past week. Brooks says he is a playmaking flex tight end candidate who provides an explosive perimeter presence as a dominant high school wideout, who also aligns in the slot and from an H-back alignment. He's dangerous run after the catch threat with acceleration, run strength, and good functional top-end speed. He gets on top of high school defensive backs quickly and can flash run-by speed in the vertical game. Willing to work the middle of the field and go up in traffic in various situations. He plays hard and physical nature as a blocker, and run after the catch threat reflects that. Still a work in progress on the blocking technique, such as hand placement consistency, but it appears to suffer not from a lack of effort. He even has some return game experience, good production as a junior. He had 33 catches, 543 yards, and 7 touchdowns, and he averaged 16.4 yards per catch. He's also a guy that plays multiple sports, plays basketball, displaying second jump twitch, on the block strength with promising short area suddenness, that should translate in pads. Ideally would have been a better idea of a verified speed, but seems to play plenty fast, especially for a tight end projection. He's a bona fide power 4 caliber prospect who can move around a spread formation as a playmaker or a blocker. If the physical specs check out, but likely possesses a significant long-term upside that could lead beyond college. It's good stuff right there. You see, obviously, from Gabe Brooks did a nice kind of scouting report. Greg Biggins did the same. Both guys really love what Tyler brings to the table in terms of his athleticism. And like I mentioned, when you go back and you look at what Joe Sloan wants this tight end room to look like, I mean, I have sat here and said this multiple times. This tight end room is arguably going to be one of the best ones in the SEC on paper in 2024. You bring in J.D. LaFleur, you bring in Mike Tyler. If those 2 guys sign the dotted line on National Signing Day, you're just stacking talent and more talent in a room that's becoming more versatile, more explosive. And man, Mason Taylor's the figurehead of that room, and I expect for him to have a really, really good 2024 season. So that's a look at who Mike Tyler is. Now let's take a look here at the tape, because I think that this is something where we kind of look at what can happen. We look at different things of, okay, you can bring this guy on, you can move him across the formation. But as we get a look really for what Tyler does, I mean, the kid has playmaking ability. You're going to see here in the slot just a vertical threat. Not much that an opponent can do against that type of playmaking ability. Once again, you've kind of lined up in that H-back formation. He's blocking. I think that's impressive to see a kid put as a tight end a blocking highlight there, second in a row. And then right here, the underneath route, and we talk about yards after catch. I mean, this is a shifty young man, athleticism, and they obviously see a massive, massive gain here as he takes it all the way across the field and for six. So he's the dynamic playmaker that I think LSU envisions this tight end room to be. Slade Nagel getting to work right here. I mean, watch this highlight right here. He says, wait for it. I mean, this is a young man who you just kind of see his ability to kick out block from the tight end position. Right here, I mean, blocking on the screen pass. It does a good job staying with his man and allowing that receiver to just break free for a big explosive play. So, look, Mike Tyler brings a lot of things that you want to see in terms of a playmaking tight end, in terms of a guy that can be versatile in an offense. And I think it all brings us back down to this idea of, okay, LSU wants to essentially play spread football, and we want to run the football. That's what they're going to say. But you get so many weapons in terms of what you look in this 2025 class: Teron Francis, Derek Meadows, JD LaFleur, and now you add in Mike Tyler. You're creating positionless football. And I think that's been the move for LSU to want to get to. If they can get an elite distributor, they have that obviously in terms of the recruiting rankings of Bryce Underwood, the number one overall player in the 2025 class. Then you add in the fact that, okay, let's get him some dudes to throw to, some dudes that have some yards after catch ability, like a guy like Mike Tyler does. And you really kind of start to get excited about what this offense can be. Now, all that being said, let's take a look. Mike Tyler's fun. Mike Tyler's a great commit, adds to this 2025 class and an opportunity to develop and learn from a very good tight end room next year in Baton Rouge. What's next on the docket here? Well, I've been saying this over and over again. Keep an eye on Walter Mathis, the three-star defensive lineman from the state of Georgia. I still feel like LSU's in on him. Miami has been, Auburn has been, a couple other programs have as well. But LSU really, really on the last visit built a strong connection. Bo Davis made an impact. And so that's what I'm keeping my eye on as well. And then obviously, secondary, you have DJ Pickett, you got a couple other guys, but where else could you go here? And obviously, there's some flip candidates that LSU can sit there and look at. Obviously, some of the names: Jabari Antoine, the in-state kid out of Westgate. I mean, you look at a lot of different things about what this team could do in terms of the recruiting staff could say, okay, we're going to go here, we're going to go there. We're going to try to make this pitch. We're going to try to do these. A guy that I think people should keep their eyes on is Cade Phillips out of Missouri City, Texas, the Texas commit. I feel like LSU is going to continue to try to push for maybe a flip there. It's going to be really hard. They're going to continue. They built good relationships in the summer when he took the official visit. I've had the chance to talk with Phillips multiple times on that. And, look, LSU was a strong contender in the end. Now, can they push to the finish line? It's something that I think the staff is going to keep trying to push and keep trying to work to earn that flip commitment. But that's just some of the news and notes. If you want all the latest intel, you got to head over to go247.com, the LSU arm of everything that's happening over at 24/7 Sports. We do a fantastic job. It's myself, Glenn West, and recruiting guru Sonny Ship as well. For more video content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this as well. And if you're listening in audio as well, we appreciate you wherever you might be getting your podcast. Follow the feed, leave a comment, feedback. I'll be checking it as we get ready. Folks, let's get locked and loaded. Let's get excited as the season is just about here. We're going to have some live shows, interactive shows where you get to be a part of the Go 24/7 podcast. We'll catch you next time. Thanks so much for watching. The big news: Mike Tyler, three-star tight end, announces his commitment to LSU. We'll catch you next time.